Hey guys, welcome back, and this video is gonna be a little bit longer, and I don't want to show my face again. You guys saw that in the previous video. This video will be about 40-ish minutes. It'll be all of my 5 main GT games. I just quickly wanted to show I got the best overall trophy, and it is massive. Really appreciate getting this. I did not expect it. With my game scores, painting, sportsmanship, theme, and everything, I got 140. I tied with one other gentleman named Jeff, and the sportsmanship was the tiebreaker. I got one more point. So really honored to have gotten the massive dragon statue. Sam's gonna kill me because I do not know if it'll fit in all of my other trophy cabinets. And I did get, like I said, the best sportsmanship with Joe on doubles. Again, really appreciate Todd. I'm going to throw a photo up here of me and him and the hug we got. The next video will be me interviewing 4 players and their armies, and it'll also just show the venue, a minute of Todd talking, and the actual award ceremony. I recorded everyone who actually got a award. So hope you guys enjoyed this long 5-game GT recap. And then the third video will just be of Richmond Open, some players talking, and Todd himself talking. But one last time, this thing is massive. We made a joke. This is actually supposed to be Phil's new model when he plays actual Cathay. So hopefully you guys enjoy the battle report. Hey guys, we're back for the actual GT now. Round 1 playing against Jackson, who I played yesterday. Let me go over what I have for deployment. So I have a Forsaken unit, my Tarmakin Chariot, my Nurgle Demon Prince, my block of 6 Ogres, my 15 Chaos Warriors and the Sorcerer Lord, the Dragon Ogre, and a unit of Trolls. Across, I'll let Jackson go over what he has.
We got a unit of 11 ghouls here. We got 6 Spirit Hosts, a Banshee, a Graveguard. We've got a BSB here with Helm of Commandment. We've got a level 2 Necromancer with Illusion, Glittering Robe, and a Ruby Ring. We've got a level 4 back here with the Skull Staff, as well as War Familiar. No, the Familiar gives him +1 spells known. We've got a Ghoul King over here on Terrorgeist. He's got a Magic Hat, making him stupid and giving him a 4-up ward. And then we've just got 6 X-Rays.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. We're playing the same mission as yesterday. So basically, at the end of the game, we're trying to storm each other's camp. My camp is here. His camp is in that corner. And he does have the +1 to go first. So I guess we'll just roll it live. And then I'll do the recap after who goes first. So he has a +1. Oh, yep.
6.
So he goes first. We'll be back after Vampire Counts turn 1. So we've concluded turn 1 for Vampire Count. So I'll let Jackson go over what happened.
Yeah, just moved up the ghouls over this side, kind of consolidating to the middle. Did a little pivot here. Moved up behind this impassable with the Spirit Hosts. We danced Macabres. We got some weapon skill over here, and we just pushed up here, keeping our characters kind of trying to be protected there so they don't get sniped out by spells. We moved up and we lumbered here, trying to be able to threaten the mid board, and then we just reformed over here to try and fly over from Marching Hall.
Yeah, so pretty straightforward. I have a few things to decide what to do next. Not sure how I'll approach this. My plan's a little bit feeling weird right now, but we'll be back after my turn 1 for Warriors of Chaos. So guys, we concluded my turn 1. It was probably 10-ish minutes. So what happened was the Demon Prince on the Favor of the Gods has +1 weapon skill, so he's weapon skill 8. The Chariot is toughness 6 at the moment, which is huge for this next turn and makes Jackson maybe have some options to think. I put my Forsaken back a little bit. My Ogres just reformed to be 6 wide just because I want to start getting attacks in. Unfortunately, my Sorcerer Lord became stupid. That's okay. I got where I wanted to. We have the Shard Attack, a Dragon Ogre just move up. And my Trolls were stupid, failed and stumbled. So the reason me and Jackson talked about it, to be very frank, I could castle up and fly and play around for a turn or 2, but it's a little bit boring. Maybe a Scream or 2 would kill a model. I think long term it makes more sense just to force the issue and see what happens here. I think this is the best way to do it. The game could be now very short, I'm not sure. We will be back with Vampire Counts turn 2.
We had the ghouls march kind of out of vision here. He's frenzied. I really didn't want to deal with that. You'll notice there's a few less Chaos Warriors.
Half the unit.
Do you want to talk through what happened?
So, Mr. Sliminy Wizard thought he was smart, tried dispelling, I miscasted, Dimensional Cascade, killed half the unit, and wounded my Shard Tag.
It's really way more effective than my Fireball. So that one went off there. I got kind of lucky with my Dance Macabre, so I was able to get enough movement to pop over, which was also nice because I didn't really want to deal with that. Over here, we moved up. I didn't want to move up too much because I was worried in this combat about this guy popping out, sniping my characters. Kind of wanted another turn where my characters were free and not limited to the unit.
Yeah.
Didn't get a Scream Off here. Screamed Off here didn't affect. We had a combat that was pretty exciting, but nobody ended up getting any wounds. We both got some combat res off regens, and we just locked in there.
Oh, I should note, the Fireball actually did a lot. You killed a dude and...
Yeah.
So Jackson's in a really comfortable spot. I'm a little bit stressed and worried, but...
the 2 wounds here ended up coming from here. I jumped over with
the Hex
Race. Which we ended up hemming and hawing about where to go, but it felt like this in the end was kind of the safest spot.
Yeah.
And it
so
worked out
Jackson didn't want, potentially, if something happened here, he didn't want the chariot touching the Hex Race in the back. So I think this was the best position to get what he wanted. So this is what the table looks like for turn 2. I think this is top of 3 for Warriors of Chaos now. At the end of, we concluded Warriors turn 2. I'll start with the epic one. My chariot came in, kind of whiffed on the impacts and everything, but because of the flank and everything, we did win. He took a couple wounds. I took 4 for my troubles. He pushed back. We're still engaged. Over here, my Forsaken moved up to put pressure on here. And if you look in the middle, we have my Ogres, my Steeded unit, and my Shard Tag putting pressure. I think Jackson has the advantage at the moment because I lost so many dudes there. But if you can look at the table, I'm just trying to force him so much pressure. Hopefully it pans out. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen still, but we'll be back with Vampire Counts turn 3. Yeah. So guys, turn 3 for Vampires finished. I'll let Jackson go over what you're looking at.
Well, we did some Dance Macabre over here. They got kind of a higher weapon skill. We reduced the weapon skill and toughness of the Ogres. We really just had a bunch of lucky rolling.
No, not lucky rolling. Jackson had a lot of good tactics. His position was amazing. He moved the Hex Wraiths, killing like 2.5. He put certain debuffs. He's being too kind. He planned everything. He got basically the whole unit in 1 round. It was quite impressive, to be honest.
And then my unit's off the table, so they'll be coming in next turn. I moved this back and then flipped it around and then tried to bunker here, sort of expecting the storm that's to come. We were just talking about it. I chose to try and double scream here to get the last 2 wounds. We don't really think it was the right call, ended up not getting anything there. In the combat, off the initial attacks, my Ghoul King died, so we got a few attacks off. He got 2 wounds onto the chariot.
He almost killed it. It was really close, guys.
Really close, but he didn't quite get it. And now this whole flank has opened up. This is a 9-inch charge here. Some pretty easy charges here into the flanks. He's sort of got to choose what he wants, and then he can probably pick and choose what he wants over here. So next turn is going to be super interesting with this combat and how it plays out.
Yeah, and then we should note his big blob of skirmishing ghouls.
Yeah, so and then for the scenario pack we're playing, they're going to have to reform into a unit at some point to score in open order. So we'll see. I'm just trying to play cat and mouse. I don't really want to play around with those trolls. And there's kind of just lumbering straightforward with stupid. So we'll see how that all plays out.
Yeah, we'll be back with Chaos turn 3. So guys, we wrapped up the bottom of Chaos turn 3. My chariot failed the charge, which actually, looking at it did pay off. If the chariot had made the combat, I don't think I could have followed up with everything. In the combat, I think we killed like 10-ish. Okay, he's showing a lot of Graveguard. Took no wounds back. I got my guys sitting in my base camp, and my trolls are now almost, next turn will be in Jackson's base camp. So table looks good. It's been a hard-fought battle. I'm still worried about this debacle. We'll see what happens here. I'm a little bit curious myself, but we'll be back. Any thoughts, Jackson?
We'll see.
Okay. So Vampire Counts turn 4. So guys, end of Chaos turn 4. The biggest thing is my chariot hid behind the impassable. We collapsed and we finally got rid of the Graveguard, the caster, and everything. Demon Prince overran into the Hex Wraiths, and my guys made it to his camp. My guys pushed back. It was a really tight game. I still think, depending on where this wizard goes, 1 wound there, 1 wound here, it's a bit dicey. But we will be back at Vampire Counts turn 5 now. So guys, we wrapped up the game with 30 minutes to spare. It was a 19-5. It sounds really skewed, but I promise you the game was actually, you watched the report. From my perspective, I think Jackson had it until turn 3. I was on the back burner. I was making very sacrificial plays and very overly aggressive plays. I think what saved me was the Prince combat with the Terrorgeist. That Chariot just turned the tide. I'll let Jackson say his thoughts. I think he played extremely well, especially with the Spirit Host and the Hex Wraiths. He kept saying it's luck. He got everything he needed. Good positioning. He did so much damage. So he was being way too humble. Actually, really tactical play there. So Jackson, any thoughts?
I would just say I think people are sleeping on Dance Macabre as a spell within Vampire Counts. The ability to do the D3 to the weapon skill combined with like Helm of Commandment, you can really spike it. I've had games where like I end up with 9 weapon skill, and then you get Glittering Robe off, and then you're just like,
What do you do?
yeah, and you end up in those situations where you're like multi-charge and you're actually fine. I think there was a point in the game where if I'm like being like super crunchy about it, maybe I should have thought about just preserving points and instead of bringing that as Hex Wraiths in, just like running them somewhere else,
running them away,
keeping those points, and then moving the
Spirit Host.
Spirit Hosts, kind of try to get them away. You probably still get the Spirit Host, but just try to.
But the Hex Wraiths would be the ones you would get over.
Yeah, and they're a little bit of points, but overall, great game.
Thank you so much, Jackson. So guys, this is round 2 of the GT. I am playing against Nate, and I'm really excited. Another Vampire Counts. This mission, we had it's all good. We have flanking forces. Pretty much, besides that, this mission has no real objective besides killing, and maybe like killing a chariot and a monster. So what I have is my short attack on this side. In the center, I have my Chaos Ogres, 5 wide. My Sorcerer unit of Chaos Warriors in the back. I have my Demon Prince hiding with the chariot. My Chaos Trolls, and my Forsaken. And I'll let Nate talk about what he has come from this corner going down.
So I've got a stack of zombies right here, some bats right behind him, Junior, my level 3 Necromancer, a big chunk of Graveguard with the Mortis Engine right behind, 2 Banshees here, so 3 Screams right here, some Vanguarding Wolves, another pack of zombies, and the big scary Blood Knights who are hiding behind them.
So it's going to be a lot to deal with. We'll see if I can weather the Screams like last time. Probably not. So
there's more this time.
There's a lot more. We'll be back after. Let's see who goes first. I got a 3. He got a 1. So I am going first. So we finished my turn 1. This mission doesn't have an objective, so I played a bit more cautious. I moved my short attack here. Moved my warriors behind the Chaos Ogres. Got it. Oh, he's just rolling some combat zombies coming back. Got my Prince moving here to be within 3 of these guys. Moved my Chariot here. Got my Trolls actually really aggressive up here with the Forsaken. I'm going to see if I can do something in this flank. But overall, a little bit odd with my army. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all the Screams he has. And he's just getting some zombies in for his resing. So we have a lot more things happening. So sorry about that, guys. We'll be back after Nate's turn 1 Vampire Counts. So we wrapped up Nate's turn 1 for Vampire Counts. I'll let him go over whatever side he wants, and he'll go through his turn.
Okay, so I saw that the Trolls were getting real close. I didn't love it. So I shot him, and then I screamed him off the board.
Yep.
I cursed this guy so you can't get the triple charge on me and break through.
Yep.
I don't know what to do with the Blood Knights, so they're just hanging out, taking up points. Everything else is just ready to take your charges and try to scream you before you kill all of my units.
Oh, he says that, but there's 3 giant ass speed buffs in the way, so I don't think I'll do that. But yeah, we're going to Chaos turn 2. We'll see what happens. So guys, we finished turn 2 for Vampire Counts. I'll let Nate go down the line of what he did.
Yeah, so I really was hoping to blow this guy up with Screams, but your regen or your
ward saves are really good.
I pushed up a little because I got to get over there to score. I was thinking about charging with the zombies and the Blood Knights, but that would have given you so many good flank charges, basically. So So instead I moved him into a slightly more defensible position so that if you charge, which I think you will,
Yeah.
at least I'll be able to respond and do something.
Yeah.
I took a couple wounds off him. I failed a lot of magic missiles.
Yeah.
And that's all there was.
Yeah, so I think Nate had a really good idea over here. We probably spent about 20 minutes discussing the charge
sorry,
potential.
yeah.
No, it was good just to see what could happen. At the end, he went for the more defensive position.
But I was thinking of going with the zombies into the demon prince
Yes.
and the blood knights into the ogres.
Yeah.
But then the demon prince and these boys were going to get lots of flanks. And it
Yeah.
just would've been bad.
So that's what it looks like. On to Chaos turn 3. So we ended Chaos Warriors turn 3, and pretty impactful with the ogres, the prince, and my chariot. We removed the zombie horde. The ogres overran into the bats. My prince is aligned to them, and the chariot just reformed to kind of look at the graveguard. I think Nate's definitely in a commanding position because I still have a lot of issues to deal with. A lot of screams coming my way. I did line hammer out my Forsaken.
If you get impetuous, you won't charge.
That's true. That's true. So it is cool to see. We are fighting in this now corner half of the table. So I think this was the best I could do with what I had. We'll be back with Vampire Count's turn 3. Yeah, bottom 3. So at the bottom of
3.
yeah, Chaos turn 3. Oh no, sorry,
Bottom of Vamp
yeah,
turn.
sorry,
How
Nate.
dare you, no,
So
I'm
go
just
for the recap over
Yeah,
here.
so not much happening over here. We're staring at each other. Here I got 2 good screams in, but he was rolling those ward saves left and right. So he survived on 1 wound.
Yeah.
The bats unfortunately did die. I'm trying to just, basically I have to compress further and further in. He overran into my blood knights. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah, that's okay. Disordered charge there, so we'll see what
impact
happens.
hits as
Yeah,
well.
no impact hits.
But I mean, you have all sorts of shenanigans in this.
Yeah, we'll be back after now Warriors top of 4, halfway done with the game, guys. We're at the bottom of Chaos turn 4, and it was a big bloodbath, a lot of combats. Prince with the Shark Attack and Ogres killed the Dragon Ogre, the Blood Knights. The Prince went off the table, he'll come back on. The Ogres overran.
Come back.
Huh?
You cannot charge.
No, I said he'll come back. He'll come back. The ogres charged into the graveguard with the rest. They gave, after all said and done, they're still alive. They gave ground by 2, and we just followed up. They're no longer in combat. And my Forsaken failed the charge because we keep hitting this impassable. So this is what the table looks like. I expect a lot of res coming up. We'll be back at the bottom of turn 4 Vamps. So guys, we didn't do the last 2 turns. I think I documented it pretty well up to turn 4, but I think I was taking too much time. But at the end, it was 16 Nate, 7 for me. He got 1540, I got 727, so it was a minor victory for him. Overall, watch the video. Where I last showed at the big Congo line, I just told Nate, the second my prince went off the table, I know Nate was panicking because everything had charged everything. I told Nate I was panicking because I needed my prince to be on the table to charge one of the casters. The second he went off the board, I kind of knew game was set, try to aim for a minor loss. Really well played by Nate. I think this was probably, out of my last 2 tournaments, my most stressful game, to be honest. So I'll let Nate talk about some highlights, lowlights, and how you felt about the tactics.
So you played an excellent game. Again, your list, like you showed, if you had brought a more hardcore list, I would have been absolutely annihilated. You made the ogres work really well
Thank
for you.
you.
So getting those impact hits, getting those combined charges, I thought that I was pretty much good to go at the beginning. And then suddenly, in 1 turn, he kills 900 plus points in my army. So a really impressive turn. The highlights got to go to the Banshees and the Graveguard.
Yeah.
Graveguard, thank you for not crumbling on that triple charge turn.
Yeah.
And then also to your dice, because you rolled 2 big leadership tests.
Yeah.
So the screams killed off the last of them. But I really enjoyed this game
Yeah.
a ton. I thought I was done, but I luckily didn't get that Demon Prince in combat too much. So thanks for an awesome game.
No, guys, honestly, if you meet Nate at any event, look out for him. He's like a fantastic opponent, and I just want to showcase real fast. His painting is honestly lovely. I love the very dark
watch your
tones.
videos. The purple, I'm working on it.
No, dude, he's very humble and a great opponent, but thank you so much, Nate, again, dude.
I appreciate it.
So guys, it's the last game for day 1. I'm playing against my old friend Andrew. He beat me last Richmond Open, so this is a vengeance match. and we're playing on a beautiful winter table with his ghosty high elves. I'll go over my quick deployment. I'll let Andrew go over it. Got my chariot, my ogres in 6-man wide, my Chaos Warriors in a long formation with the wizard back here, the Forsaken, the trolls, and my shard tag. I'll let Andrew go over what he has from here going down roughly.
So I have my Skycutter chariot, silver helms with the battle standard bearer, unit of sisters with a champion with the ruby ring, the fireball ring, 25 sea guard with a mage, my lord on a dragon, 3 up, 5 up, 5 up. Another unit of sisters. The champion has the seafarer bow, the mini bolt thrower, and then a second Skycutter chariot.
Yeah, so just note that I brought an army for fun and theme. Andrew brought an army to win at all costs, so please judge so with this game. I have the +1 and we'll see who goes first. So we wrapped up a High Elves turn 1. I'll let Andrew go over what occurred over the whole table.
So I attempted to cast Ruby Ring at the Forsaken. He was able to stop it with his wizard. I got a little too close. Unit shot and ended up killing just one Forsaken with the Sisters of Avalorn shooting. On the ogres, I cast
Curse of
Arrow Attraction. My unit Seaguard was able to volley fire. I think I did like 4 wounds. I cast a fireball, only rolling a 2. Didn't do any damage. And then my Sisters of Avalorn on this unit took 2 more out, with including 1 wound from the bow of the Seafarer.
Yeah, so pretty brutal. We'll see what happens with the response from the Chaos Warriors for turn 1. So guys, Chaos turn 1, it was a happy accident. So it's not Andrew's fault. I made the crazy assumption that this Skycutter had a bolt thrower. If you look at this unit, if it went through all of them, I'd lose the whole unit pretty much. Turns out, after I almost finished moving, these guys in fact have no bolt thrower. So my whole game plan hinged on that. Totally fine, it makes the game more interesting. We got a steed off of the warriors. Chariot got a +1 movement, marching up aggressively. Prince there can't be charged by the dragon. My shard tack moved back, and the bile trolls and the Forsaken did. My sorcerer moved up, got a summoning off on an 11 +4, so 15. He burned the dispel scroll. I still got it, and I killed 5 of them. So this is what the turn looks like. I think Andrew won the trade-off. He killed 3 ogres, and I got 5 sisters. So we'll be back at turn 2 High Elves. So we finished High Elves turn 2. I'll let Andrew discuss what occurred over here.
So we Skycutter chariot charged the ogres who fled as a charge reaction. So just moved into position here. My other Skycutter here marched to form position on his back of his army here. Moved my silver helms with my battle standard bearer up, just to get in position for a charge. I might accept the charge, but I think I'll be all right there. Basically everything back here, my 2 units of sisters and my unit of Seaguard fired into the Chaos Warriors as best they could. I believe I killed like 10 or 12.
It's a 15-man unit, so 10 of them.
I killed 10 models, and my dragon flew into position to basically countercharge anything after they're going to probably charge into my Seaguard here and hope my Seaguard survives.
Yep, so we'll be back with my turn 2 now. So we finished High Elves top of turn 3. I'll let Andrew go over what happened here and make his way down.
So my sisters that were beaten in combat by the chariot rallied and then shot the bow of the Seafarer, doing 3 wounds to the Demon Prince. Dragon came over, finished off that last Chaos Warrior. Skycutter charged him with no impact attacks. I did 2 wounds. He fell back in good order because of stubborn on the Forsaken. My Silver Helm, well, the hero and the 1 Silver Helm left, charged the trolls, only did 2 total wounds. He did a wound to my hero on the vomit after I had to use my Opal Amulet to keep me, or on my Charm Shield to keep me from dying. My other Skycutter charged into the Shard Tack. There again, not far enough to do impact attacks. Did no wounds. He did 2 wounds to respond to me.
Yeah.
Or I did 2 wounds to you?
No, I did 2 to you. I took none. That's why.
Okay,
you pushed the flank and close order.
Right. It was a push on a push.
So it's really funny. Very bloody. We'll see what happens with Chaos turn 3. So guys, at the end of the game, I didn't record the last couple of turns. Andrew got 1,309. I got 1,603. It was the most smallest victory, 14-12. It was so close, and I can say a highlight for me was my wizard. His summoning killed the Silver Helms, the
Sisters of
Silver
Avalon.
Overlord, and the second unit got me the points. So my MVP has to be the Sorcerer Lord. My second one has to be my Demon Prince because he's such a joke. But Andrew, tell me what went well, what went great, and what went bad.
So what went well is basically killing his general and not surviving his 10 attacks from his Demon Prince that was cracked up with an Ogre Blade, 10 attacks. I saved everything. He didn't do any damage to me. And I shot him earlier with the Seafarer bow, the bow thrower, so he was only at 1 wound. But at 1 wound, I was scared to charge him. At the end, though, my biggest mistake was I got greedy. He had a chariot charging me, my unit of Sea Guard and my mage. And I fled, knowing I needed an 11 to rally. And I failed the 11 to rally. I rolled a 12, and then I rolled an 11 to run off the board. So I got greedy, thinking I would save the Sea Guard from the chariot charge, where I think they would have survived the chariot charge, and then the dragon would have been able to get position to countercharge. I just got greedy, and it really backfired in my face.
But guys, Andrew's a fantastic opponent. This is my second time at Richmond playing him, actually. So really happy. We're both 1-1 now. So next year we have a tiebreaker to do. But thanks so much, Andrew, dude. So guys, we are on game 4, day 2. I'm playing against, again, Chuck. It seems to be tradition every Richmond Open. And we're playing for the little guys. Pretty much our close ordered units have close ordered or whatever it is. It's kill each other, try to own the table quarters. My deployment, I have my 3 trolls here, my 10 Nurgle Forsaken, my Nurgle Demon Prince in the center, Chaos Ogres here, the Shartak Chariot, and the Sorcerer with my Chaos Warriors. Pretty generic. I wanted something a bit more like a battle line so I can see how Chuck goes. I'll let Chuck go briefly over what he has deployed.
So, seeing his deployment, I realized since he's spread out, I don't have that much maneuverability, and my only units that do any damage are these. So I decided to completely counter his flank here and give up that flank. So I have dogs that are going to vanguard, 20 zombies to start with, 24 ghouls, 9 blood knights with 2 characters, vampire and BSB, Mortis Engine, just Master Necro on top. And then the abandoned flank is the bat swarms, which are useless, and 20 zombies that I'm just giving up on. So
Yeah, and I want to note, Chuck finally finished painting it, and I love the way his Vampire Cut army turned out. I love the purple. I love the Bretonians as Blood Knights. It is a really fantastic army. I never saw it fully painted, so I'm really excited. So Chuck, let's have a fun game, man. Okay. So turn 1 went to Warriors of Chaos. You can see my whole line dispersed. What happened was I got the Steed of Shadows off to the Forsaken and flew them up here. I got +1 movement on my Ogres and moved 14. My Prince flew to the center for 18 to have a good decision-making option. Trolls moved up this way. And I have my Shartak here. In the case anyone comes into the forest, I can now countercharge even with the forest debuffs. My Chariot is angled in such a way that if anyone comes, at least I can support my line hammered frenzied warriors. And my Sorcerer got off I spiked it, I got 12 hits on the summoning and completely killed the dogs. So this is what the table looks like. I'm pretty happy with the movement. I'm just trying to stagger, and I don't want to give Chuck the option of just rolling down each unit. So I made every unit a bit more spread out. So I want to make sure all my guys have a chance to do something before the Blood Knights just come right in. So we'll be to Vampire Counts turn 1 now. So we finished Vampire Counts turn 1. I'll let Chuck go over from here, going all the way down to what he did.
Alright, so Blood Knights just move forward, preparing to take care of whatever comes at me, same with zombies. I'm trying to salvage what I can over here, so my quick ghouls position to counter whatever's charging them. I tried to cast Column of Crystal here, but it dispelled it. I tried again here, and I failed miscast, so I got a Strength 6 and a Strength 4 hit on me. But the Strength 4 didn't do anything, and I regen the Strength 6 hit, so no damage there. And that's it. I'm just preparing for turn 2.
Yeah, so I have to see what to answer this impending doom, and we'll be back with Chaos turn 2. Sorry about that. So guys, we finished Warriors turn 2. I guess I'll recap what happened going online. Forsaken came in, I killed the whole zombies down to 1. He gave ground, I just followed up. My ogres got speed of shadows and a +1 movement, so I flew all the way here. The prince marched 18. I don't mind one scream. I have a ward save. I'm leadership 9, -2. I think I should be okay. The bile trolls passed their leadership and just marched up, pivoted an inch, moved 11. Over here, I know Chuck has a max charge now, a 20-inch charge on the warriors. I honestly think he'll reach them this turn. I delayed it as much as I could. We'll see what happens. I have my chariot at least here, and the sorcerer's marching away, trying to get to the Holy Land. Shartak just reformed as well. So this is what the table looks like. Not sure what's going to happen with this situation, but we will be back at the end of Vampire Count's turn 2. I should note, the Prince got +1 permanent weapon skill, the Chariot got +1 permanent weapon skill, and my Wizard has +1 attack permanently. So, oh, and here's a weapon skill, you're right. So we'll be back at Vampire Count's turn 2. We just finished Vampire Count's turn 2. So I'll let Chuck go over what happened, maybe from this weird side downwards.
Yes, the bats are just gonna circle the board and ignore the game.
Yep.
I made a panic charge, not a panic charge, but I tried to save my ghoul's charge.
Yeah.
Hoping that I would win combat. Didn't realize and forgot he had stubborn. So he stubborn, but only fell back 2 inches. So
Yep.
I think he can still see me here.
I think so, yeah. I think the corner to
they're
corner.
probably dead. I managed to kill 2 Forsaken. I miraged his Demon Prince, so I don't have to worry about a charge here.
That's huge right here. So
I tried to scream and Mind Razor the trolls.
yeah, I
but-
made the single armor save on a 6-up.
Yeah, they have a high leadership for trolls because they use the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
Put a column of crystal here to try and avoid the Shard's Heart.
Yep.
Failed to get my spell, or I got the spell off, but I failed to get my movement to make the possible charge. So I just moved up 9 inches, and I'm preparing to take it in the face. I do have Glittering Robe off and 3 extra weapon skills, so I'm essentially weapon skill 10, -1 to hit. And I'll try to charge again next turn.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty interesting. I'm not sure how to deal with the castle. I'm feeling happy down here, but this corner, I always knew I have to figure something out. So we'll be back with Warriors turn 3. So we finished Chaos turn 3. So I failed to dispel the Column of Crystal. I moved my Shartak up. I cannot prevent it anymore. Blood Knights are coming in. I went crazy. It's a 15-man Congo line of my Chaos Warriors. Chariot here for the counter charge. I have my Prince, who is Mirage, just chilling here with the Trolls. And I have my Ogres and Forsaken. We did win. Hopefully one more combat, we can be done with this unit. So it's looking interesting. We'll see what happens at the end of turn 3 for Vampire Counts. So guys, we finished Vampire Counts bottom of 3. A really cool turn. Actually, it's really dynamic now. I'll let Chuck go over what happened.
All right, so this bastard ruined everything. He stopped every spell I had, except for I made his General stupid, which will do nothing because he's leadership 10, and a Column of Crystal, so I'm forcing him to eat zombies. I made my 3-inch charge into the shark attack, killed him, and made 10 inches, which was just enough to get into the Warriors, so that'll be hopefully a good combat for me. Ghouls finally died out. I blinked out, I don't know how many.
5 the Forsaken?
5 Forsaken,
So-
so I think that's worth a ghoul unit.
I think so.
Bats are forever over there, just hanging out.
Yeah.
So that's the game. So he's gonna waste a turn to reform and get away there, eat zombies, I'm assuming, and then come
Yep.
back.
So
The
we'll
rest
be
of the game, I'm going after him.
we'll be back Chaos turn 4. So guys, at the end of the game, it was a Pyrrhic victory for Chuck. He killed 700. I killed 778. He killed 1,001. Scenario points, I got +3. He got +4 because he has more banners. 12 to 15, an extremely fun game. Some highlights for me have to be my Wizard. He pretty much shut down all the magic, and I just told Chuck a little bit. When you watch the video of all the deployment, I kind of knew. I've played many Blood Knights before. Chuck's the only guy who keeps taking 2 characters. So I think this is the best play I had by sweeping through. In retrospect, I don't think I could have played any differently, just because maybe the only thing was when Chuck charged my Warriors, maybe I keep my Chariot back 1 turn, he charged it. maybe they would have lived, but the chariot would have died regardless. But it's a fantastic time playing Chuck every time. I'll let Chuck say some thoughts on what he thought went well, what went not so good, and how he felt overall.
So what went well was mainly for Young Duke, like you said. His deployment was perfect, spread out. That's exactly how you counter Blood Knights. You run away from them. Exactly what he said with the chariot. He probably should have done. Blocking up the Blood Knights, just giving them small units here and there is exactly how you counter them. Because that's my only punch in the game.
Yeah.
Zombies don't do anything except for get punched in the face. So I lost my entire list other than Blood Knights. He was a coward.
No.
He killed my Necromancer, had 1 wound left after my Spectral Doppelganger, and decided, smartly, not to challenge my general. So he contested this table quarter and that table quarter while he ran as far as he could with that unit, forcing me to go after him to get points for the Pyrrhic victory. So I got the back 2 corners.
Yeah.
But fun game as always.
Yeah, always love playing Chuck, man, guys. If you ever see him at any event, he goes to quite a few. Look out for him. He's a great player and a fun dude, and it's always an enjoyable time. So thanks, Chuck, man. But dude, so guys, this is the last game of the day. My voice kind of hurts, but I'm pretty happy. I got to meet Henry, a really cool dude who's taking Nurgle Daemons, and a very old friend Ben is right here. So I'm really hyped. Last game is just pretty much kill each other. I had my Prince and my Chariot. My massive line hammer of all of my units. No strategy, just move forward and kill. I'll let Henry go over his tactical deployments.
And yes, we have a Soul Grinder, Mark Nurgle, of course. 4 Plague Drones with a banner, Furies, Nurgle Mark. Some Nurglings, Great Unclean One, level 4 Wizard. These are Beasts of Nurgle, and some more drones, same as the other ones, with a banner.
Yep, army looks awesome as hell. He painted this in less than a month. Really impressive. And I got turn 1, so I'll be back after turn 1 movement. So guys, my turn 1 was pretty straightforward. The Shark Tack just hopped like an inch. The Trolls just held, they moved 3 inches. I really don't care where they go anymore. The Ogres got a Steed of Shadow and plunked right in front of the lines. My Forsaken marched up 10 just to look here to make any counters. Wizard came and did 4 wounds onto the Nurglings with summoning. My Caterpillar moved all the way here to be a threat. So did the Chariot. And the block of Frenzied Warriors are moving up. All 3 of my characters got permanent +1 weapon skill on strength and leadership on the general. +1 weapon skill on the Chariot and the Sorcerer Lord. So this is what the table looks like, and that should be turn 1 over for me. So guys, we finished Henry's turn 1. Really funny and awesome. I'll let Henry go over from here, going down to the other end.
Exciting end. So over here, we just marched, got a couple shots, all misses. Some marches. We had some Nurglings get some buffs and charge into some Ogres. Bounced horribly. They're still there, but they're worried. And then over on this end of the world, we're trying to be difficult and march and shoot. All failed. We got some shots with the Soul Grinder and a little move back.
Yep.
No damage. And then we're kind of trying to gum up the works a little bit.
Yeah, it's a big cluster, a lot of wounds in front of me. And Papa Nurgle is making his way, so I have to be a little bit cautious. So we'll be back with Warriors of Chaos turn 2. So guys, we recapped Warriors turn 2, top of it. My Bile Trolls were brave. They died. We did 2 wounds, they got run down. Forsaken finished the Nurglings. We widened out, preparing for the Beast of Nurgle. The Ogres killed the 1 Nurgling, reformed. These guys failed the charge because of the forest. My Sorcerer moved into the forest with Steed, got the summoning. I think I got 3 Furies dead. My Chariot and the Prince, we got a Plague Drone. 1 is wounded. He did not lose any from instability. He gave ground. Only the Chariot followed up. If I don't want to block myself with both of them, so the Prince is free to go for my turn. So this is what the table looks like. I should note my Plague Toad, Mr. Poxrider, is a coward, and he hopped away. So that is it. So on to Demons, bottom of 2. So guys, we finished bottom of 2 for Henry's Demons. So I'll let Henry decide where he wants to start and just recap.
Plague Drones took some shots over here. No damage. We got the charge with some beasts on the Forsaken. Killed a couple. It's been pretty good. They popped stubborn and moved back. jockeyed this guy around a little bit. The Furies got frenzied and charged in at the mage. Got 2 wounds in, 1 wound in, and lost combat. But the mage failed his leadership and had to come back in. Over here, this chariot ran through 2 of the plague drones and decided to follow up because he wouldn't get impacts anyway.
Yeah, so really fun game so far. We'll see what happens on top of 3. Looks like some people are done, so hopefully we're not going overtime. So guys, we had to wrap it up. Actually, I think one of the last games done. Final score was 20-5, but it is not as bad as it sounds. The game was brutal. Honestly, if his Great Unclean One got a few better charges, or if I didn't roll my crazy stuff, I really was worried. If you saw the mid game, the second the Great Unclean One got into the ogres and I broke through and the slugs came to the flank, I actually thought that was a game for all of my non-heroes. But Henry was a fantastic opponent, a lot of good decision making. I'll let him say a couple words on what he thought went well, what he thought went bad, and how he felt about the whole game overall.
Yeah, you missed the greatest part where the Caterpillar came in and wrecked the Greater Demon in an awesome one-on-one challenge. What went well? I think a lot of the positioning went well. You were dominating this flank, but then it kind of swung back for a little bit.
For sure.
And then the characters really hit it home for you. You can see what's left is mostly characters.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the bad is probably, I don't know. I think everything did really well.
Yeah, I think so. His Beasts of Nurgle were, I think, an MVP. They were going all these different combats. He was just going down the line, and he kept rolling 5-6, 5-6, and I've never seen that many attacks from Beasts of Nurgle before. But Henry, thank you so much for the game, dude. It was a fantastic game, man.
Yeah, YD, it's great.
Thanks, man.